From Los Angeles, California, we're the Mad Scientist Party Hour.
Oh, hey! Hello there, friends! Welcome back to another episode of Mad Scientist Party Hour. My name's Kevin Kraft, joined once again by a man who's a nudist from the waist down and is currently using his boner to clean his dog's ears. That's Geoff Clark.
Keep Allie away from my boner.
And transmitting to us from an alternate reality, the beardless man currently getting devoured by boogers, Shuddy Boy.
Yo, rap, rap.
Geoff, something hit me the other day, because I have been watching a lot of Seinfeld. Ever since they put Seinfeld all 9 seasons on Netflix, it's been a really nice background show. And I've already blown through all 9 seasons. I'm at the point now where I have to start from the beginning again. Because it's a good one to fall asleep to as well. It's familiar. It's a little comedy comfort blanket. And you never were much of a Seinfeld guy, right?
No, wasn't.
Me
And now,
either.
Shuddy, have you been watching it at all since it moved to Netflix? Well, I know Geoff has, and Geoff hit me with a very funny hot take that kind of reminded me of Dom giving The Matrix and Fight Club one dick. And that's Geoff doesn't like Kramer.
I gotta be honest. I'm back to my first take with Seinfeld. I think it sucks. My brother watches it religiously. He's watched every season, I think, 3 or 4 times, and says the exact same thing as you. And he's like, the older I get, the more I like Seinfeld. I gave it a chance, because of which I watched 3 or 4 episodes. That show sucks. I'm not into it. Whatever. Kramer sucks. I see it with Costanza or whatever.
I'm not surprised at all that that's the character you relate with most.
Right. I know. No one's surprised by that, but I just don't think Jerry Seinfeld's that funny. I don't. And I don't think the show's that funny, but I get your point to an extent. It's good to fall asleep to. I mean, I fell asleep during the middle of every one of the episodes that I watched, so I agree.
I mean, I've been using The Office and Parks and Rec as a fall asleep show for so many fucking years now. At this point, it's ridiculous. So it's nice to actually throw some fresh meat in there, even though I've seen every episode of Seinfeld probably I don't know, 5 or 6 times. Because I got to
find a new night ender.
When I was in college, me and Mr. Ski had when we were roommates, we put on where we were in Pennsylvania had 2 competing Fox stations, so we would get just this wonderful block of 2 Seinfelds and then 2 or 3 Simpsons, just flipping back and forth between the 2 channels that we got in our area, and we just called it church. And I never watched Seinfeld when it aired. I was a little too young, and Seinfeld wasn't a cartoon, so I had no interest. But once I was in college and we started watching every night, Monday through Friday, just had this awesome block of those 2 shows. But just the fact that it's arguably one of the greatest sitcoms of all time. It comes up in every conversation, and just the fact that Contrarian Geoff hates it and also hates Kramer it's just perfectly on brand Geoffness.
Yeah, I get it. I try to change. I rewatched it and I just couldn't change. I can't even lie to myself, the Puminati or you guys. It's just not. I don't find it funny. And the Kramer thing, I really don't get it. I mean, it's as simple as I don't think he's funny. You guys laughed at me when I told you, I'm talking out of my ass. I don't know. Maybe I just
That's
have
like
a different
if
sense of humor.
you're like, guys, I was thinking about it the other day, and Jessica Alba kind of looks like a dude. I think I'd rather fuck a sheep than Jessica Alba.
I wish we had smarter people here to talk about this with. I don't get how, though that's a working analogy. You think, what's his name? Michael Richards as Kramer. You think he's as funny as Jessica Alba is hot? Like, you think that's an apples to
I would
apples
say
to you?
the entirety of Seinfeld, the collective ensemble cast, is as funny as Jessica Alba is hot.
Okay, but I mean, I specifically pointed out Kramer, and that's what you have most issue with.
I just think, I don't know. I feel like even if you don't like Seinfeld, Kramer is such a fucking wacky, goofy character that even people are like, all right, yeah, Seinfeld's not the greatest, but Kramer gets some laughs out of me.
I don't know. Maybe I just got to watch more of it and put myself through that fucking torture.
Yeah, you got to watch the one where Kramer loves being in the shower so much that he gets a phone installed and then puts a garbage disposal in the drain so he can cook in the shower.
Nice. Does he go to Jerry Seinfeld's apartment to talk about that, or is the whole show just shot from Kramer's shower?
Well, the Kramer arc, when they go to his storyline, it's a lot of him in the shower. But then, spoiler alert, it cuts to him having like a dinner party, and while everybody's eating, he reveals that he cooked everything and prepared it all while he bathed. And everybody starts like barfing.
Speaking of spoiler alerts, we did a spoiler-fill review of the Batman and the Easter egg, which is probably a lot more of an exciting conversation than getting my review of fucking Kramer. So if you're interested in getting our thoughts on the new Batman, stick around for the post-credit Easter egg.
Yeah, Batman doesn't have a post-credit scene, but every episode of
do.
MSPH does. And you'll get like, I don't know what, like a 40-minute long discussion with spoilers about the new Batman.
Felt like it, yep.
Emo Batman.
And somehow this conversation about Kramer is more aggravating than the Batman conversation that we just had. You sons of bitches.
Yeah, I mean, I just got back from Colorado.
How was it?
Man, it was sick. It was sick to go and spend, some time with the family, especially since with how hard these past few months have been since my dad died. It was good getting together with the family. Like, I don't know, it felt like one of our old school trips that we used to take when I was younger. And it was fun trading stories and stuff. And, of course, I fucking got hurt and stupid things happened. And then it was just like, yeah, he used to be the Clark Griswold of the family. And now with him gone, it's passed down to me. I'm now the klutz disaster magnet that he was.
Wait, you got injured on this trip?
Not injured, but I had some stupid shit happen to me.
You took some heavy falls?
Yeah. Day one, I got fucking sunburnt, even though I put sunscreen on. Back of my neck got fried so bad that one section of my neck looks like an old leather couch. It's all like fried and wrinkled. And then I guess I got a blister on the back of my neck from the sunburn. And that's now popped and is a disgusting yellow scab. And
Dude,
then, like,
getting a sunburn while snowboarding kind of breaks my brain.
It happened.
And I
there
know it's
were
a thing.
3 other people on the trip who it was their first time ever getting burnt while on a mountain.
A part of your trip.
Yeah,
How many did you go up there with?
10 people.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. It was initially just me and the missus, my sister and her husband, and his brother and his fiance. So it was 6 of us, and then maybe it was. Might have been 11 people. Yeah, people are annoyed with her nickname.
Oh,
they're sick of hearing it. Yeah. So I'm trying
we got to find another nickname.
Yeah, maybe we can just call her Beth, or Olivia, or Plamperton.
I still call her by a dude's name.
Yeah, so me and Chad hit the slopes this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, right when we landed at LAX, me and Carl went to the 10:15 showing of Batman, and she loved it. Let me tell you,
we got to go see Batman, Coral. But yeah, I got nuked. A couple other people got nuked. Okay. So everybody was kind of splintering off here and there over the days we went on the mountain, and for one day, half of it was just my sister and I hitting the slopes, and she's better on skis than I am on a snowboard, but we're still pretty close, so we can hang and hit the same trails and stuff. So we're waiting to go on the lift, and I'm standing still. And when you're snowboarding, you have your front foot strapped into the board and your other foot free until you get to where you get to the top of the mountain and stuff. So I'm just standing there, and all of a sudden, Mr. Wilson falled. I must have been standing on a sheet of ice. My boot completely flies out from under me. I'm horizontal in the air and landed right on my spine on a patch of ice. And then later that day, so this, I guess we were in Teluride, and that mountain, I think, only recently started letting snowboarders on. It was like a snooty skiers only mountain, and a lot of the trails are designed for skiers. Like there's lots of parts that are just flat, and then even have like a slight incline. So when you're on a board, you're kind of fucked. If you run out of momentum, you're just done for. The people on skis can just use their poles like they're jacking off dicks and fucking get past the flat parts. So I knew a flat part was coming up, so I'm like, all right, I got to get as much speed and ride that momentum out for as long as I can, because it's a really fucking long flat part. And I'm trying to not be on my toes or my heel, because if you go on your edge, it starts slowing you down a little bit. So I'm just perfectly flat, and then the board starts wiggling, hits like a patch of something, and just stops me dead. And I was flying. And it threw me on my back, smashed my head. I heard something inside the helmet crunch, and then just like toppled over. And everybody thought, not only that, because I told everybody that we were with, I was like, I got to go down because I have to piss so bad. I was also doing a little bit of drinking, but I was like, I'm going to piss my pants, so I have to go all the way down to the bottom of the mountain so I can piss. And everybody's first thought was, fuck, I hope he's not seriously hurt. And then once they saw me moving, they were like, I hope he didn't piss his pants. And I didn't. I lucked out. But yeah, that was about the only disastrous part of my trip. But it was fun, catching up and with my dad's side of the family and telling stories about him. And, we told the classic one about when he and I were a kid going on a ski trip, and he put the skis in the back of the car, shut the back trunk, and the skis just busted right through the back window. And
that is some Griswold shit.
Yeah. He literally, like, when he shut the door and the skis bust through the glass, he just stood there motionless, staring at it for a second, and then turned to me and he's like, all right, Russ, let's hit the road. And then we had to drive the whole way in the fucking winter and snow with the back window blown out.
Which is definitely a story you look back on fondly, but at the time was probably just absolutely terrible.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he was, like, we called him Clark. He was Clark Griswold. There was a time when he was going through the attic looking for shit. And I remember he called me and he was like, hey, when you come down this weekend, I found a bunch of comics, my old comics in the attic, and I want to give them to you. And, I get there and I'm looking through it, and he had all these fucking old Hulk comics from the 70s and 60s, and my nerdy ass was flipping out about it. And then I look up and I see the ceiling's all fucked up, and I'm like, what the hell happened there? And he was like, oh, when I was walking around in the attic trying to find all this stuff, I stepped off the beams. So he's stepping on the sheetrock, fell through it, both legs, and managed to have the support beam right in the middle, and he landed right on his nuts. So my stepmom was in the house, and then she just sees two legs fall out of the ceiling, and then my dad screaming in pain as his nuts get mashed by a 2x4.
You guys need to play the little Seinfeld jingle.
No.
Was this the first time Carl met any of your family?
No. She. Oh, we can't do Carl. That's fucking me up.
No, Carl's a girl, Kevin. I hope.
Right.
I mean, I met her and felt like she was a girl.
Yeah. She met the Florida family before, and the San Diego family, but she had never met the Jersey, New York, East Coast family.
Oh yeah, she did the Florida swing, just like the fucking PGA. That's cool.
Yeah.
How do you think? Which part of the family do you think she clicked it off with the most?
I have no idea.
I'm gonna have to talk to her and ask her to power rank her Kraft family member favorites.
Man, I almost got fucking stuck there.
What do you mean?
The day yesterday, there was like a crazy snowstorm, and Telluride's like an hour and a half from the airport we flew into. And like, I don't know, my brother-in-law's brother rented a van, so we were all going to be able to have all of our equipment and the gear we flew out with and just all drive together. And when we landed and I got there, the rental place fucked him over and gave him like a super tiny SUV. So Carl and I had to rent a car. So we go into this tiny little airport. Every car rental place was out of cars for like the next 2 weeks. And then I was able to get, like, they had like some shuttle, like little kiosks. So I went to all of them. They're like, yeah, we're booked. Found one place that was like, okay, yeah, we have like a couple spots left for today. And then when we got there, all the places to get back completely full. So I was sweating it. I was like, oh fuck, I'm gonna get fucking trapped here. And then
moving to Teluride.
Yeah. But then my aunt was like, you know what? I called our place that's getting us back to the airport, and they can fit you guys. They're just gonna send like one of those Sprinter vans. So as we're all like loading up, it starts like dumping snow, and I guess Telluride, it doesn't put any chemicals out. Like there's like a town ordinance, you can't lay down salt or any snow melter shit, and they also don't really plow. So everybody just drives SUVs or has snow chains. So this fucking thing picks us up, and this guy, as we're flying down a highway that has snow sticking to it, and he's just like talking to us and getting distracted and pointing things out and like pulling out his phone and going on his phone. I'm like, this is how I die. I fly off a cliff.
Wait, so could you live in a place like that, even though you love like snowboarding and doing all that?
I don't think so. I mean, there were tons of dispensaries.
That's cool.
And the weed was relatively cheap and good, and got some good edibles and stuff, and food was awesome. And dude, I'm telling you, I've done my fair share of traveling, but some of the peaks that we went up to, because it's so Telluride's like, I don't know, I forget what the altitude is, but like 8,800 feet or something like that. And my aunt got altitude sickness while we were there. And then when you go,
is that different than vertigo?
Yeah, altitude sickness is when you're up so high and the oxygen is so thin. I think it's when you're like your blood starts to oxygenate almost, so you get headaches and sleep issues. I got shit sleep the entire time I was there, but you can get like headaches and stomach aches and get all fucked up from it, I guess.
I believe it. That's enough. That's good enough reason to keep me off a fucking mountain. Not that I needed one.
But this mountain was fucking enormous. And when like some of the trails we did, you had to take like 3 or 4 lifts to get up to. And up there, you're at almost 12,000 feet. And looking out, I've never seen anything like it in my life. Like, it was past like, oh, this looks like something that would be on a postcard. Fucking blew my stupid little mind. And we were like level with the clouds, like in the fucking clouds. That's how high up we were. And it was terrifying. I was put on trails way beyond my skill level. And I don't know. I don't know why I felt comfortable playing with fire like that, but I managed to walk away relatively unscathed.
How did Carl, excuse me, how did Carl do with her snowboarding? Did she improve?
Got a little bit better, but still endlessly frustrated by it. So I might be flying solo.
Yeah,
future
she's
trips.
over it.
I think so.
Yeah,
I get the impression.
more of a beach gal.
Yeah.
Keep her on the land. She's gonna her on the at sea level. She'll do yoga. Fuck all this mountain stuff. I'm with her,
Yeah.
dude. So this is a funny thing I wanted your guys' input on. I think it's hilarious, actually. But this weekend, upcoming weekend, is Rich's gender reveal party for his kid.
Okay.
For his him and his girlfriend's kid that's due, I think, in a couple months. So we're going to the party, and they have a baby like shower, baby gift registry, right? So there's a whole bunch of items you could buy that would just help you, like help with, I don't know, like you got to get a gift for a gender reveal for a baby shower. I want to get a gift, and I don't know what to buy. I don't know what to buy for a fucking infant. So they got a registry for it, right? And my brother was going through the registry, and he purchased the fucking breast pump. And I just think it's hilarious. I think it's hilarious. And I need to hear your guys' thoughts on it, because I don't fully know why it's funny, but I just find it fucking hilarious.
Oh, I'm with you.
And he tried to pass it on or pass it off as kind of nonchalant.
Is this Cheech or Bill that did this?
Bill.
Okay. I mean, it would be funnier if it was Cheech, but it's still funny.
Oh, it's still great. And the way he explained it made sense. Like, you know, he makes good money, and that was like the most expensive gift on the registry. So he was just like, he's like, someone had to get the breast pump. And I was like, yes, someone did. And it was you. You did it. And I just think it's fucking hilarious. So I just wanted your guys' thoughts on it.
Yeah, I feel like if you see anything that involves like the mom's titty or ass or pussy or any naughty bits, you just be like, okay, I hope one of the women on this registry email buys that.
Right. Yeah, like a family member, a sister or something.
Yeah, it's because it is an intimate gift. It's something that attaches to a titty and sucks milk out.
Yeah,
that would be like if
buying lingerie for like as the wedding gift. Like at the wedding night, you should just get into my gift now. It's like, well, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
That would be like if Carl and I were dating when my sister got married, and as a wedding present, Carl got my brother-in-law like a pocket pussy. Or maybe that's a little too extreme of an example.
It was a perfect Kevin Kraft analogy. I see what you did there.
Yeah, that is so. Bill, when you started laughing about it, did Bill be like, "Yeah, I get your point. It's funny, but here's my reasoning," or was he like, "Why are you? This isn't funny at all. What are you talking about? It's on the registry. That's why I got it."
Once I started laughing as loudly and aggressively as I did, he kind of got it, right? Like, I think he needed to tell someone and then explain back to him, but he tried to defend himself and like try to like pass it off as normal. And I can't really explain why it isn't normal other than the words you use. It's just like, you know, it's the mom's titty. Like, why are you buying anything associated with it?
Here, I brought you a machine to suck your tits for you. Enjoy.
It's just him being like, well, someone had to buy the breast pump. It's just like, dude, I was crying. I was laughing so hard. Like, what the? Yeah, someone did have to buy it, and you decided to do that. I just hope that I haven't even gotten into the registry yet on the website, because I'm nervous that it'll have someone's name next to the gift that they purchased, and I'm going to see Bill next to the breast pump. And I don't know. I might not even want to go to the gender reveal party if that's the case.
I mean, it is one of those things. It's like, okay, you did put it on the registry. It's not like he went off the list and got her like a hemorrhoid pillow or something. But like, Shuddy, if for some reason you were about to become a dad again at 40, and
I'd kill myself, but okay.
And Geoff,
why wouldn't you kill a kid?
Oh, man.
I'm sorry. I was
like, if Geoff bought Sharon a breast pump, what would go through your head?
That'd be really fucking weird. Like you buy kids, like you should buy kids clothes, put money towards the stroller, something like that. Not a fucking breast pump.
But they did put it on the registry.
They
wanted
Right,
it.
but that's something like her mom gets them or an aunt gets them. That's not something Geoff gets them. Like that's like a close family member present. That's not my significant other's really good friend buys me a breast pump. Everybody would look at you. You'd be the talk of the town.
Yeah, Geoff knocks that off the registry and then sends a note. Hey, since I bought it, I get to watch it in action.
Yeah, right. Yeah, how do you make a conversation? How do you like my gift?
I'm actually really
Is my gift working well?
I'm actually really familiar with this model, so I can help set it up for you when you unbox it.
Oh, come on. Take it easy on my tits.
Would you like me to show you how to use this? Let me show you.
Actually feels pretty
You want
good.
me to show you on you or on me? Which one? How do you want this to go?
All right, this got weird. Little mama, get in here.
I can't wait to bring this up at the party and just take the temperature of the room of the party. Like,
Yeah, is so I'm a classless goober, so I don't get invited to things like this. I'm never included in shit like this. When the gender reveal party happens and there was a registry for it, do the gifts get shipped to them or to the person that bought them? Like, is Bill going to get this breast pump delivered to him and then he has to wrap it and put a card on it?
great question. I believe the way that they're doing this is it's just like an Amazon wish list, and you can either send it to yourself or to that person.
Okay. So do you know which option Bill went with?
I know he sent it to them.
Okay.
Yeah, because that would have been even better for the story if like he hands them the breast pump.
I was
even
gonna
if
say,
it's wrapped, if he just hands it to them,
yeah,
it's still good enough.
I was gonna say if that was the option, you got to tell Bill, like, when she's unwrapping the gifts and it gets to his, like when she starts unwrapping it, he should just stare and like start licking his lips, like.
Yeah, if she opens the gift at the party, you can't be more than 5 feet away from her. You have to be there and looking at her the whole time.
Or just like say nothing. Like when she opens it and looks up at him, he just smiles and nods like. Gotcha.
Yeah, and then I come in with great gift, Bill. Great gift. She needed that.
Oh, I wanted to buy that for her, but I saw it was off the registry when I looked.
Damn it, you're the one who purchased it. I was looking for that one. Oh, man.
That's fucking awesome.
God, it was hilarious. But your point is the same point that he made, and it is valid. I mean, I think that's a too intimate of a gift that really it's reserved for like Rich's mom, the girl's mom, a sister, a girl cousin. But she did put it on the registry. So, you know, that is the an argument that I don't really have a counter for. That is fair.
Yeah. So we are very backed up on voicemails. Yay. We're also very backed up on emails. So
we flipping a coin or what? We're going to do the top two of each.
I browsed some of the emails and I think we should start with those because our resident fruitcake Bonesy, who we lambasted mercilessly for actually sincerely writing an email to us, which he never does, suggesting we watch the J-Lo Owen Wilson vehicle Marry Me.
Yeah.
On Peacock, on the cock.
It's the gayest email ever written.
And
recommending Marry Me. It can't get any gayer.
So I kind of figured, I felt while we were doing that, I was like, Bonesy's such a nice guy. He's been, a core member of the Puminati for such a long time. Maybe we were a little harsh on him. He wrote back. He was not deterred in the slightest by our barbs. So he wrote back and said, I enjoyed listening to me being roughed up so much last week. I decided to write in for some more. I do stand by my review of Marry Me and hope it encouraged the people to give it a watch.
It's on HBO Max now, I believe.
What, Marry Me?
Yeah.
No, it's on the cock.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
He literally just said that, Geoff.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So he says, this is how the email continues. I want you back. 1 hour and 56-minute runtime. We didn't know what to expect from this Charlie Day / Jenny Slate Prime original, as we didn't even watch the trailer before jumping in. It hooked you from the very first scene before the opening credits as two very bad rip off the Band-Aid breakups happen immediately, and there are enough endearing moments to stick it out. So now Bonesy's just going to fucking recommend rom-coms to us. I want to look real quick. I should have done this beforehand, but Dom loved Bonesy's "Marry Me" suggestion. That segment really landed with him, and he wants to. And this was before we got into this email. He said Bonesy's suggestion for the name of his future rom-com reviews is Chick Flicks to Bonesy to, which I thought was a pretty solid segment.
I like
title.
it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Chick Flicks to Bonesy to. So he has more to say about this fucking Charlie Day, Jenny Slate rom-com. The movie has kind of a twisted plot, more like a teen drama than an adult rom-com. There are some true laugh-out-loud moments, one with Pete Davidson popping in, and a favorite of mine from the OC and Gotham, Ben McKenzie slide in for a 30-second appearance. Manny Jacinto shows he has a bit more of a range and a ripped body than his role on The Good Place. Do you know who Manny Jacinto is? Jeff, are you familiar with his ripped body?
I'm completely lost in this conversation.
I know who he is because I've watched a few episodes of The Good Place.
I actually know who Ben McKenzie is, because I'm familiar with that. I don't know. That's the only guy I know from both Gotham and what did he say? The OC.
The OC, yeah.
I know exactly what he's talking about. I feel like that's the only two things that guy has ever done, except for this movie as well.
Yeah.
So 3 things now.
And Bonesy, he really wants to get everybody laid. Says with interspersed sweet moments, I want you back could lead to some cuddling or sweet lovemaking. He gives it 4 out of 5 dicks.
From my experience, Armageddon does the same thing. So.
Cuddling and sweet lovemaking. It's not a guaranteed to get you laid movie like Marry Me was.
Or do some downright dirty porking. You're just getting lovemaking as a reward.
Does he score this? Because I really don't hate the idea of someone just covering the rom-com beat on behalf of the Puminati. I like that idea, and I don't want to be the guy to do it. So whatever, you can just give it to Bonesy. Does he give it a score at all?
Yeah, 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. He gave it the same score you gave the Batman.
Wow.
I don't know what to do with that information. I don't feel bad about my score. I'll tell you that.
I actually got a rare moment where somebody's writing in my defense. This guy says, "Hey guys, been listening for years, and after hearing Kevin get razzed on about the onions, I have to agree. I love fried rice, even with the onions, but for the most part, will barf if I ever get a raw onion on a burger or sandwich or something similar." On a different note, I came to MSPH because Kevin was so funny on the Ella Show and is the main reason I stay around. Now, Shuddy, I think we could hang and get along fairly well. And Geoff, fucking Geoff, sometimes Geoff aggravates me to no fucking end. As a dumb Southerner, I have heard some of the most retarded things come out of his mouth, and then I remember that he made it through college and am amused. But I have to say, the podcast wouldn't be the same without him. Remember, Geoff, it's a joke, not a dick. Don't take it too hard. Love you guys. Keep it up. Derek.
Good email. I appreciate that. I didn't take that joke too hard. Thank you. And I actually had a pretty good GPA in college, surprisingly enough.
Yeah, because they You dodged the bullet of them quizzing you on mammals and succulents.
Yeah, dude. You know when Andy from The Office explains his college performance? That's kind of how I feel when I talk about college sometimes. I would have got straight A's if I wasn't out partying all the time.
But I got straight B's. They called me Buzz.
I've made a pretty similar douchey comment on my college experience. And right when I saw Andy do the same thing with his Cornell experience, I was like, all right, I got to stop saying stuff like that. I look real fucking bad.
Oh, I got another one. Hey, guys, Dylan the Trucker here. I've been meaning to email for a while. First,
strong Canadian. What has he been busy with, though? What has he been busy with?
Yeah, I don't know. He says, first, back when you guys were doing Crafter, Geoff, you talked about French onion soup a lot. Whenever I eat that, my shits/farts smell exactly like the soup for days for some reason. Always appreciated when people write in and tell us what their shits and farts smell like.
It weirds me out that this is kind of related. Well, it is related. It weirds me out that asparagus changes the smell of your piss and like makes it like I don't ever smell my piss. But then whenever I eat asparagus, which is a side I've been incorporating into my entrees, I don't know, the past month or so, every time I piss, it smells terrible because of the asparagus, apparently.
Yeah.
I thought that was weird. I don't know.
That's a well-known veggie fact that asparagus makes your piss stink real bad.
What?
Shuddy. Dylan says, second, Shuddy, how fucking dare you say Hoobastank is better than Tool? I can understand if you don't like them. They aren't for everyone. But then again, this is coming from a man that loves the Twilight series.
It's true. Big Mama's House. You're a big fan of Big Mama's House, Shuddy.
Blood Dog Soldier Boy is better than Tool.
I don't get it. Why do you have to be so aggressively against Tool? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. I feel like
Maroon 5 is better than Tool.
You don't even believe what you're saying. You're just saying sentences to
get I'm saying
under everyone's skin.
That pretty much everyone is better than Tool is the point I'm making.
How about Kanye West?
Better than Tool.
What?
Jesus, Shuddy boy. Dropping some just fucking straight up molten lava blasphemy. I mean, I'm not the hugest Tool fan in the world, but Kanye?
If we woke up tomorrow and the entire catalog of Tool had been stricken from everybody's history and memory, nobody would be worse off today than they were tomorrow than they were today.
What about...
Nobody would be missing anything.
What about Tekashi 6ix9ine?
Better than Tool.
Ugh. Even like those...
So is Tool just at the bottom of your musical power rankings? Like, what's worse than Tool?
What about like religious country?
I'm going to throw a lot off. Tool and Deftones are down at the bottom.
I'm not big into Deftones. I don't really care about that.
What about like those SoundCloud face tat mumble autotune rappers? You'd rather listen to them than Tool?
The polka bands that play at Music Fest are more entertaining than Tool.
What about gospel?
Yeah. Yep.
What about Kanye's Sunday services shit?
Yeah, Kanye singing about Jesus.
Yeah.
I've never heard it. It's got to be better than Tool.
Okay. So what I'm picking up is that everything's better than Tool. And
that's exactly what I'm saying.
Country?
That's a hot take.
Country.
Yeah. Blake Shelton. He does country, right?
Think so.
Probably worse than Tool.
Okay, fair enough. We got somewhere.
Yeah, we made it somewhere.
But some Garth Brooks, definitely better than Tool.
I want to say you are alienating yourself from the Puminati. I feel like Tool would pull very well in a Puminati.
It's been about a year since I've done that, so we're about due.
Yeah, time you want to be a villain again. I got you.
Well, I'm going to try and do it without quitting this time.
Okay, let's see how much you want to lean into your new heel status. Would you rather listen to one Tool song or Barbie Girl on repeat for an hour?
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Life in plastic. It's fantastic. I would much rather listen to that song than any song by Tool.
He knows that if we could find like a 20-minute Tool cut. So.
Oh, that's true. There are some really, really long Tool songs.
Yeah, he just got to go 40 more minutes with the Barbie girl.
And then Dylan says, lastly, Kevin, I have to side with you on the whole Benihana onion fiasco. I hate tomatoes as much as you hate onions. The smell makes me gag, but I absolutely love eating bruschetta. I know it makes no sense, but it is what it is. Anyway, a bit for you guys to unpack/discuss. Love the show. Keep it up. Thank you, Dylan the Trucker. Been a minute since we heard from you.
When something like that happens with the onions or the tomatoes with you guys, do you maybe not you, Kevin, I guess I'm just saying this, asking rhetorically, but do you start to revisit your previous take and just kind of open up the possibility of onions being good in a dish, or tomatoes in Dylan's case? Right? Because bruschetta, it's tomato. What is tomato, garlic, and oil? That's it.
And some salt and pepper, and
not very complicated, right? Not that big of a deal, really. I mean, you're essentially eating fucking tomato with a little bit of seasoning.
I still will gag when I catch whiffs of onions, so I can't explain it. I know it's frustrating, but that's the best I can offer you on it.
Well, you and Dylan are in the same boat, I guess. Not a bad guy to be on the same side as. He doesn't have usual terrible takes.
We got one more email from Trevor. He says, Kevin, have you watched The Guardians of Justice? Love to hear your thoughts on it. So that's a new Netflix show starring
Diamond Dallas Page.
Yeah, Diamond Dallas Page and Denise Richards, apparently. I follow DDP on Twitter because I very much enjoy DDP Yoga, and he's been on the Ella Show a couple of times, and he's a fucking nice dude. So, yeah, he's a good follow on Twitter, and he kept tweeting this countdown down to this Guardians of Justice show, and I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about? And then one day I fired up Netflix, and there was a preview thing of it, and I couldn't get a grasp on what the fuck I was watching. I haven't seen an episode of it, but I watched some of the trailer, and it looks like somebody let Tommy Wiseau make a superhero show. It almost has have you guys ever watched Kung Fury? It's
No.
a really short thing. I forget what it was even on, but it's not a movie, it's not a show. I think it's a 20, 30-minute short that is made to look like 80s, it has the VHS tracking lines on it and shit. But for some reason it was very, very corny, but it leaned into the corniness on purpose. And I think it had Hasselhoff in it, and oddly enough, really, really good special effects. I don't know if the VHS tracking shit was masking some of the rough edges, but I thought it looked great, and it was actually super entertaining. And I'm getting a little bit of that kind of a vibe off of it. But I looked it up on IMDb and shit, and it looks like people are just trashing it.
Yeah, it didn't look like it was getting a lot of good reviews.
This seems like something that Dom might be able to chime in on. We all know Dom loves his WWE. I mean, was DDP's days in pro wrestling, was that before they had to change their name and they were still WWF?
I actually don't think I don't know this for sure, but he never fought. Well, actually, I know he never fought in the WWF. He might have fought in the WWE, but he was always a WCW guy. The other one that
he didn't come over until WWE bought ECW and WCW, and then that's when he.
So I actually stopped watching wrestling before that happened. So as far as I'm concerned, Diamond Dallas Page really never wrestled in the WWE. He was always WCW.
Diamond Dallas Page was kind of WCW's Stone Cold Steve Austin. Their finisher is identical.
Yeah, the Diamond Cutters.
The
Pretty much
Diamond
same
Cutter
as
and the Stone
Stunner.
Cold Stunner are the same exact move.
And
No
I
shit.
actually really like Diamond Dallas Page, like the wrestler, WCW. Like I thought he was like one of their better wrestlers, not involved with like the NWO. Like I actually like that guy and that character that he created. And I like you, I follow him on Twitter just because like, you know, I have the DDP yoga. I actually did DDP yoga 10 minutes before we started working out, before we started recording.
No shit.
Just because I had a lot of morning stuff to do today and I wasn't able to get to the gym. So I did like a 4-mile run and then I finished it off with some DDP yoga. So that was a good workout. So I still use it. And I follow him just because like it is a really good yoga program. I like him. You said you met him and that he was a really good guy when he came on the Ellis show, or he seemed really cool. You guys hit it off.
Yeah.
Like on the show. So like just out of respect, like I just follow him and he's just the man.
Let's have
I
him
wouldn't
on.
fuck that dick with her pussy.
Man, you were just talking about how much you like him, and then you had to insult the man like that.
Yeah, we should try to get our people in touch with his people. See if an MSPH visit makes sense. Maybe he can be in our next Dungeons and Dragons. DDP Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Can we just get him to give Kevin a diamond cutter on camera? That's all we need.
Well, only if Kevin goes into pubic zirconia mode.
Oh my
man.
God. Diamond Dallas Page versus pubic zirconia.
I gotta
Oh my
find that
God.
costume. I gotta find that costume and just cut a promo.
Yeah, challenging him.
Yeah.
Then he just like bursts into your apartment and hits you with the DDP yoga and we fucking start MSPH, or hits you with the diamond cutter and we start
Yeah, he would have to
start
call it like
MSPH.
the zirconia cutter when he does it to me.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Force him to rebrand with your heel turn. That'd be sweet, actually.
Or a tag team, pubic zirconia and Diamond Dallas Page.
I mean, we can definitely, the commissioner can work on this. This is something he can make happen. So maybe DDP will show up in the next MSPH wrestling.
Yeah. That would be a nice one-on-one event. Pubic zirconia versus DDP.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, at least Kevin will win to somebody with a little bit of a wrestling background.
No, you mean lose.
That's what I meant. That's exactly what I meant, was lose.
All right, well, I think we have some time to make a dent in...
Voicemails, yay!
I don't know how much this has grown since last week, but, well, considerably. Okay, let's see. Where did we leave off? Oh, here we go. Let's see. Is this going to play through the iPad speaker or into the podcast? I have a guess.
Just unplug the iPad speaker now. Just get it out of the way.
But what if it plays for real? Let's see.
It's not going to.
That shit!
See, I know your iPad better than you do.
Hi, Mad Scientist Party Hour. It's Psycho calling. 2 comments. First off, I
Psycho.
can't tell from the video, but is the pastry that Geoff ate and burned himself, is it Philo? Phylo?
Yes.
I can't tell the video.
Well, I bought the same thing, and wasn't it like Philo? Philo?
Yeah. It wasn't with a PH.
Or Philo?
But it's the same stuff.
I mean, is the word that you just said a word? Because I didn't know the other one was a word either, to be honest. I thought it was like a Trader Joe, like...
No,
Yeah.
Philo
Specific term.
is a specific type of dough. It's spelled Philo or Phyllo.
Oh, learn something new every
Oh.
day.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, God damn it. I tried to do it seamlessly, but...
You got shut the fuck down.
Damn it. There's no seamless transitions going from voicemails to the soundboard. Oh.
Not high enough quality to zoom in on, but that's on Jeff's camera, whatever, fuck him. And a big double fuck you to Geoff. I live in Ottawa. These fucking truckers have disrupted our city for, at this point, today is February 4th?
Oh, shit.
So these motherfuckers have disrupted our city for 6 days now? Literally closing our biggest mall and disrupting thousands of minimum wage workers, interfering with businesses reopening. Like, January 31st, we were supposed to go back to full capacity, half capacity, dining and fucking anything else you wanted to do. You can go to the gym, you can go to a theater, all of this shit. Well, guess what? These fucking idiot assholes that seem to think that, we can fucking make whatever decisions we want and fuck over your whole city, moved in. Military took 3 days to come in and fucking kick the natives out when they had a protest. But, no, we can't do it to white folk, I guess. I don't fucking know, but these idiots, these redneck idiots, if you support them, Geoff, you're an idiot too. These people have no purpose and literally are just fucking pissing in the wind. I can't wait till it hits them in the face. Get out of my city, you fucking morons.
Wow. Psycho's fucking pissed.
Yeah, for real.
Why'd you piss him off like that, Geoff?
I made one comment on Twitter about how we have a whole bunch of Canadian truckers, like Dylan, the trucker, that listen to our podcast, and I just threw him some support because I thought that was the thing to do. I didn't realize that there were two sides to the story here with the whole Canada trucker convoy thing. I was ignorant to Psychological's stance, and now that I'm hearing it, I don't really care that much. But I don't know. It sucks. It sucks that you had that issue. Imagine how they feel having their freedoms taken away by vaccine mandates.
Well, I mean, that was fucking day 4 of it. Imagine what Psycho is feeling like now. That's an old-ass voicemail. He must be fucking livid.
What? Are they still doing it?
I don't know. I'm bored on that whole, complaining trucker.
The trucker convoy just came through this area.
I mean, as soon as Russia, you've invaded Ukraine, like COVID was cool. Like COVID's done.
Yeah, I don't even know what people are fucking.
No one gives a fuck about them.
I don't even know what people are bummed out about. Like, we live in libtard central, and we don't even have to wear masks.
Yeah, well, that just happened last week, and actually, I made my return to poker this weekend because of they lifted the mask policy. So I never wanted to wear a mask while playing poker. So I never did, but I went and played today or this past weekend, which was fun. But yeah.
How'd you do?
While I was playing, I don't know, I won like $400, but
fuck yeah.
Whatever. While I was playing though, one of these guys were talking about this Brittany Griner story. Have either one of you heard about this?
No.
Maybe if I say you
who the hell is
might
Brittany
have heard about
Grimer?
it. Brittany Griner is like a really good WNBA basketball player.
Oh, yep. Okay.
She went to Russia either to play basketball or I would assume to play basketball, and was carrying a weed pen with her or had it in her luggage, and they found it at the Moscow airport, detained her, and now she could be in jail for 10 years, which I know. Or I thought I saw a headline or a tweet today saying that U.S. officials are trying to work with Russian officials to extradite her or get her out.
Well, our two countries have a pretty chill relationship, so I'm sure that'll work out.
Yeah, but this fucking guy I was playing poker with is just like, I don't understand how this isn't a bigger story. Apparently, she's been in jail for 2 weeks in Russia, and now they're just talking about it. And I was like, I'm pretty sure there's a bigger Russian story happening right now that might have taken up the coverage.
I mean, as much as that sucks.
Talking about? Yeah,
like,
it sucks. Terrible.
Yeah, but like, Jesus. I mean, of all the countries to try to sneak a vape pen into, maybe just go without it for a little bit. I mean,
for real.
I love weed. I have a very, very low tolerance, but I'm still a daily smoker. I save it for the end of the night when I get all my productivity out of the way and I can be lazy and quiet. But like, fuck. I mean, that's terrifying. I love going to Japan. The 2 times I've been there, I was talking to this dude that was homies with our friend Alex Wilson, and I became kind of like homies with this guy. And I think he moved to Japan from Brazil. And he's like us. He's our cut of the cloth type of guy. And I was asking him about weed and stuff, and he's like, "Oh, dude, weed here, like if it ever does come around and you can get your hands on some, it's like a bottle of Dom Perignon. Like you save it for special occasions, and it never comes around because if you get caught with like even a crumb of shake, you're doing minimum 5 years."
Yeah, dude. Like, if you had to rank the countries you would most not want to get caught with weed, it's like China and Russia, right?
Yeah.
Fucking, I don't know, maybe a Korea, whichever one is worse.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I asked Paul about that one, bitch ass Paul. But yeah, to your point, I guess there is a small chance. Like, it's a weed pen. Like, it's not out of the realm of possibility she left it in a bag and didn't even think about it.
It's happened to me.
You know what I mean?
It's happened to me. But like if I'm flying somewhere that's scary like that,
yeah, for real.
I'm going through every inch.
I'm buying a new luggage.
I'll
just buy new luggage. I'm not even gonna. I have so many compartments in my luggage. I can't even risk it. I'll just buy a new fucking bag.
Dude, I get fucking nervous flying out of LAX with weed. Oil. And they even says on LAX's website, it gives you the guidelines of how much weed you're allowed to travel with. But now, ever since I went to Hawaii, with fucking Carl, they have signs up at LAX when you're going through TSA with like pot leaves on it and like the Ghostbusters line through it saying like all narcotics are illegal. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. You'll be prosecuted. It's like, make up your fucking mind. I thought LAX, there were articles about it. Like, hey, it's now chill to fly out of LAX with weed. And even going from a weed-friendly state to a weed-friendly state and back and forth, I was still sweating. I'm like, I don't want to get in trouble for this. This is so fucking stupid. Nobody should be getting in trouble for weed to begin with. Why do I have to go through this stress? Get those scary fucking signs out of here, and let's...
Yeah, like I'm thinking about going back to Austin in a couple weeks or like a month, visit. My 2 of my best friends live out there, and I could fly there with weed, and they're both chill about me having weed. But I'm a little weirded out by like Texas law or all of that. Like I don't know enough about it.
Texas is not chill with weed.
Right.
I've even looked at the stats, like the support of citizens of Texas for legalizing weed is very, very high. And their governor was like, I will never, ever, ever legalize
that
weed.
Abbott motherfucker, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Tim Abbott or something.
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, it's the will of the people, but I don't give a flying fuck. Fuck all of you. We are staying in the dark ages. Weed will never be legal as long as I have a say in it. And it's like, fucking why? Like,
Texas really likes to suck their own dick over freedoms, but you've fallen a little behind on that sports gambling and marijuana. Where's that? Where are those fucking freedoms?
Better not have little pieces of plants in your pocket.
Yeah, apparently you bitches only like Republican freedoms. Well, what about independent or Democratic freedoms? How about those fucking freedoms, you bitches? But a place that's infinitely more chill or less chill than Texas about weed would be Russia.
Oh, yeah.
That's definitely one of them. So, like, if she did it accidentally... Either way.
Either way, it sucks so bad.
Yeah, I'm in her corner. It's terrible. But, like, if she did it accidentally, that's so fucked. Like,
and also, all the times for this to happen, when Russia has a massive bone to pick with America and wants to do zero favors, oh, man, I feel so bad for that chick. That's awful.
Like, Russia looks just hell-bent on pissing off everyone out west. Like, if you are in the Western Hemisphere, fuck you is essentially Russia's take right now.
Yeah.
For real.
So like, Brittany, it's terrible. It's a terrible thing to make light of. It was just, like, funny that this guy was, like, brought up at the poker table. Was like, I can't believe they're not even talking about it. Like, well, they invaded a fucking country that they're on the border. They share a border with, so... I mean, there are other things to discuss, but I hear you. Free Brittany Griner. I'm with you.
Yeah. All right, let's bang out a couple more voicemails before we peace out for the week.
Yo, this is Pseudo Shuddy calling back and apologizing to Shuddy about the whole, Tool incident thing. I still say fuck you, Shuddy. Fucking Uber steak fucking sucks. Oh, you fucking cocksucker. Anyway, I felt bad about the Tool thing.
Wow, you got Pseudo Shuddy to break character.
Yeah, dude. People, I knew I was right about the Puminati. They love Tool, and you fucking have outraged them. You are now Puminati enemy number one. I hope you're happy, motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm going to take the week off and just be like, all right. I'm not the most hated.
You see that, Puminati? You see that all 15 YouTube viewers we have? He doesn't even care. This motherfucker doesn't even care.
About Tool, I don't give two fucks about Tool or Maynard Keenan. We have spent too much time on them for the rest of my life. If I don't talk about Tool ever again, I will be a happy man. But we're about to do it right here.
That brings up actually another topic that I wanted to discuss, which is the idea of just going by a different name and like just picking a first name. So Maynard, that's not like his name by birth. I forget the term, the specific term that it is.
Sniffing?
Yeah, pretty much. But like he just like, no, I'm going to put Maynard in front of my actual name and you're all going to call me Maynard. And
is that a nom de guerre or something like that? I forget what the term is.
I don't know.
Nom de plume?
Yeah, something like that. Anyways, I got this shirt at the gym. This guy that I play basketball with sold me this shirt. He's like, yo, dude.
Instinctual motivation?
No, this other guy. But he's like, I'm trying to build out my apparel, my sports apparel brand. And I got some clothes in my car, and I think you'd like it. I think you'd like a shirt. And I was like, you know what, dude, I'll support you. I've been playing basketball with this guy for years. I've known him for years. So I was like, yeah, I'll support you or whatever. And he's like, do you do Venmo? Or I was like, do you do Venmo? He's like, yeah, I do Venmo. So I scan his code and his name is Lamont, or that's what he goes by, Lamont. That's what I've called him for 6-7 years now, Lamont. And then I scan his fucking Venmo code and it's like, do you want to pay Jerry? I was like, dude, who the fuck is Jerry? He's like, well, that's my name. I'm Jerry.
Oh, no.
Like, well, what about Lamont? He's like, well, that's just what I go by. I
don't want your shirt anymore.
No, I sometimes go by the Dragon. Like, I'll put in fucking takeout orders and I'll like, who's it for? It's for the Dragon.
Yeah, I've even gone out to meals with Geoff, and when he picks up the bill and they bring out one of those little card readers, he just types out in non-cursive, just writes the Dragon when he signs for the credit card.
I draw a little dragon head on the sign here thing. No, I just thought I think it's kind of cool. Like, I thought the whole Maynard thing is cool. I think Lamont's cool. Instinctual motivation's kind of cool. I mean, the name itself is fucking ridiculous, but I like the idea of just like, I'm going to go with it. You call me something different than my government name. Just, you call me something. I kind of like it. I don't know. I wish I had enough swagger to pull that off. Well,
let's see what Pseudo Shuddy out of character has to say with the rest of his voicemail.
Calling in, and that motherfucker, Dookie boy, the cocksucker, kind of got me a little bit on this Tool thing. He was talking about, I feel like all the guys that were at the Tool show and were really excited about it have a bunch of cats.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, wait a second. Fuck.
He has a cat, doesn't he?
4 fucking cats at my house. We also have a dog. So fuck you, Dookie boy, the cocksucker. Anyway, love you guys. Bye.
I knew I cut him deep, and there's a lot of Tool fans that are listening and looking at their cat, and they're like, yeah, you know what? He's
cats
right.
Are really probably the tool of the pet world.
Some people will take that as a compliment.
I think that's great. I think that's great. Yes. Yeah, a lot of Tool fans take that as a compliment.
Hello.
2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2
This is Roger from fucking Timbuktu. I'm calling into the Mad Scientist Party Hour because, believe it or not, I shit my pants on a date.
Okay, at first I was like, this has to be a fake Aussie accent, and then now it's like, okay, maybe he's just doing this to disguise his voice while he talks about shitting his pants.
Yeah, those are the two possibilities I have in my head. What are the chances that it's an Australian? Is there any chance?
It doesn't sound legit. As somebody who has worked closely with an Australian for the past 11 years, something seems off here.
This is perhaps one of your few expertises, so I'll
then again,
defer to you.
There was a time on the show where I used to pull funny porn clips and just present them to the show, and I was like, man, you got to hear all the shit that this crazy Australian lady's saying in this porno, and I played it on the air, and Jason was like, are you fucking kidding me? This lady's British. It's like, oh, fuck.
Damn.
So sometimes I do get confused.
I wonder if they ever confuse the two. Probably not.
I don't think so.
That's probably not how it works. But I don't know the difference between Canadian and American accents. I do a little bit.
Oh, and I reckon I should be called T-Bone as well. Geoff, you fucking pussy. Shuddy, good luck with your acai bowls. Kevin, I reckon you should drop your guts in front of your lady. Pavlova, waltzing Matilda, didgeridoo. I'm out, fellas.
Okay. All right. Well, that was something.
Yeah, I don't got much to add to that one.
Thought
Thank you for listening.
I was kind of hoping he would talk more about shitting his pants on the date. I want to know what happened there, but maybe too much Vegemite. All right.
Wow. I get it.
All right, we got time for one more. Let's do one more and then go off to Patreon land.
Hey, what's up, guys? T-Bone here, a.k.a. the most badass trucker in New York State.
Oh, shit.
No, fuck that. The entire U.S. of A. I was just calling to voice my support for the Canadian truckers. I'm actually heading to Ottawa this weekend, and wouldn't you know it,
psychological.
there, I'm not going to mention his name, but he offered his driveway as a parking spot and the use of his bathroom. I just wanted to say how generous that was because I shit a lot. Like, I can't even imagine the fat, juicy poutine and beaver tail turds that this guy's got coming. But thanks in advance, bud. See you soon.
Do, like, people's jobs I'm just going to go disappear for a month to go park my truck and honk my horn? Like, are jobs chill with that? Or all these people just have so much money in the bank that they're just like, fuck it. I'm just living out of my truck. I tell you what, man, after hearing Psychological call in, Poop Slime Alley has been relatively quiet for a while. I mean, the $11 trillion man popped up and got some fun audio off of that guy, but really outside of him, it's been all quiet on the front here. But if I had to go day and night with people honking and disrupting my sleep, like, T-Bone, I love you, man, but if you were parked outside of in Poop Slime Alley honking your horn for like a week straight, I'd sneak in while you were sleeping in your truck and dump like boiling diarrhea and jizz on you. God damn it. That would ruin my life.
I thought you were going to go the Molotov cocktail route, but yeah, boiling jizz and diarrhea actually was probably more effective.
Yeah, I would save all of my cum, diarrhea, and barf in a bucket, throw it on the stove, and then bloop.
You'd heat it up in your own house.
Yes. I feel like all that honking and noise endlessly would drive me to the brink of insanity.
And it would be insane to boil shit and piss on your own stove.
I'm willing to go very far to smite people when I'm pissed.
Why wouldn't you just go a little further and buy like a Bunsen burner or a portable boiler?
A grill?
Sure. Yeah. What
I
say?
Fine. I'll get a grill,
Bunsen
I'll heat it up
burner.
on my deck, and then run out with my bucket of boiling puke, diarrhea, and jizz. And get some
sounds like you're on psychological side.
Get some street justice.
Another request for the MSPH Wrestling Commissioner, we need to have a match between T-Bone and Psychological to settle for once and for all who's more right in the Strucker debate. And we really, honestly, if there was a way we can loop in Canada and just have it settled on MSPH Wrestling, I think that would be in everyone's best interest.
And just to keep things fair, when Dom does the character design, T-Bone is wearing a mask, a COVID mask, and Psychological is wearing a MAGA shirt.
Yeah, and I think their managers, like they come out to the rings. I think T-Bone should come out with Donald Trump, and Psychological should come out with Justin Trudeau.
Oh shit!
We'll just lean into the fucking political, the political angle of this fight, just right off the cuff.
I think that might be the one way that people across the board can enjoy some political content.
Yeah, if we just hash it out in the MSPH squared circle, of course.
In
the ladder match.
Under the veil of utter stupidity. Like, how could anybody get triggered by that?
Yeah.
Well, I guess speaking about getting triggered, if you want to hear a very long review of The Batman, full of spoilers, if you don't want anything spoiled, maybe dump out of the Easter egg when we start getting there. But, whenever there's like a big movie that comes out, especially anything superhero comic book related, we like to dance around in spoiler land, and we save that for the Easter egg just so nobody gets bummed out or feels like they have to miss part of the show. So stay tuned for that. And if you want to hear more MSPH, please check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. Tons and tons of stuff up there, cranking it out every day like T-Bone's poutine turds, just cranked out in full fashion. Maybe we can give the voicemails a break because Jesus Christ, it's going to take us quite a few more shows to catch up and get above sea level on this one. But if you want to send your emails, madscientistpartyhour@gmail.com. You can also subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/madscientistpartyhour. And you can follow us on Instagram. I'm at Kevin Kraft.
At Shuddy Boy.
At Geoff Records.
And at MSPH Podcast. Shuddy Boy, you got any tour dates?
Nope, no tour dates.
You and your Tool cover band? Not playing any?
Not playing anywhere.
All right. Well, thank you all for listening, friends. But until next time, oh, something!